What's up, guys? It's Wolf from the Quarantine, and today we're going to be taking a look at a Kickstarter game by the name of Game of Trolls. Now, if you like what you see here, I'll have a link to the Kickstarter up here, and I will also have down in the description. You can go over there, check it out, and it'll have way more information than I can cover here. Now, Game of Trolls plays 3 to 6 players, and it has people playing a party-style take-that card game with an internet meme theme laid on top of it. So let's just go straight over to the overview, shall we?
Alright. Well, first and foremost, I have to state that this is a review, it's not a tutorial, so if I skip some rules or I miss some entirely, this should give you a basic idea of whether or not the game will be for you. The other thing being is this is a early Kickstarter, so everything you see here is of course subject to change. One last thing before I continue is the colors of the cards are a little off. This is an updated card that the designer sent me. It's a little brighter red than what you're going to see throughout the rest of the review. On top of that, I'm assuming this is also going to be the updated backs of the cards, a little more simplistic and a little bit similar to a popular show that you and I may know of. So take that with a grain of salt, and again, this also is subject to change because it is a Kickstarter prototype. Starting out, each player will draw a hand of 7 cards, and then you're going to randomly determine who plays first. So on your turn, you will play or discard a card or 2 cards if they're identical. So, these green cards, for example, I could just go, I will discard both of these and nothing happens because they are identical cards. Or you can play one of your other cards. So for example, on the discard note, I could discard both of these cards and it does nothing, but that's now 2 cards out of my hand. But I could also play a card. So for example, this red card, remember the color is going to be a little different. You have the arrow, or the direction the attack goes, so this would attack a player to the right, and then take a card from someone. The attacked takes a random card from anyone. So I would play this and go, I'm going to take this card from you, and then they get to take a card from somebody else randomly. So that would be the card that you played, you'd put it in here in the middle. And then of course you have your dank meme at the bottom. As a reaction to an attack, you can play a blue card. So nope, no me gusta, and you have the attacks denied and shut down, and of course you have your dank meme and a shield to remind you. So take a card from somebody and I can go nope, no me gusta, and it goes to the discard pile, nothing happens. Then you have these gold cards. These gold cards you can play, and they are things that generally stay in a play until a specific time frame. So for example, flip gameplay, reverse the direction of play. So if you're a civilized person and go clockwise, you're now an uncivilized barbarian because you're going counterclockwise. Then you have stuff like this. What's your type with John Cena? And choose a card color. Everyone passes all of them to the right if they have any. So you can play this, and boom, that's something this doesn't stay in play, but this now is something that affected everybody all at once. And that's pretty much how all the game is going to be. On your turn, you're going to just be playing a card. You're not going to really draw cards unless something tells you to do so. So target draws 2 cards, or everyone chooses a card in their hand to give to the target, or then you have these that you can just discard. And that's, see you next turn, cutie pie. Target loses turn and cannot defend during the lost turn, or show me what you're working with. Look at your target's cards, or the next guy gets hosed, attack skips to the next player in the direction of the attack. And so there's a whole bunch of these, and your ultimate goal is to be the first one with no cards in your hand. And then at the end, the game is meant to be played multiple rounds. So what's going to happen is whoever won the first one is called, I think it's called the winner. And if you have your first win, you get choose who plays first. Second win, you get to have any 2 players, including yourself, swap hands or trade in your hand for new cards. And third win, you deal out 2 additional cards to anyone. But if you lose, it's called the nerd. If you lose, the first loss, you look at the 3 cards in the deck and choose to move those cards to the bottom of the deck. Second loss, you can at the end of your turn, you can switch direction of play once during the round. And then third loss, you can make one person draw each time it's the troll's turn to play. And don't let your memes be dreams, ha ha ha. So it's meant to be played multiple times. So that's basically how the game is going to go. So like I said, it's got a kind of a party game style vibe to it. So let's go straight over to my final thoughts.
Game of Trolls. Well, when I got this out of the mail, it immediately set the tone for the humor of the game. When I got it and I opened it up and I looked at the box, the back of the box says, disclaimer, the memes in this game have been known to cause cancer in the state of California. And I laughed pretty hard about that, to be completely honest. So, if you're not into that kind of humor, this probably already is not the game for you. However, the theme of the game is very pasted on. You could very easily just ignore all the dank memes that are all over the game and just play it for the game itself. So the game, while you're playing it, feels like it should be a very light game you play in like 10-15 minutes. You play 3 and 4 times, and then whoever's got the most wins. That's what it feels like. But maybe we got unlucky, but we had a game that lasted like an hour, and it was insane. Like, it stopped being fun after about 15 to 20 minutes, because you're just like, okay, this is getting ridiculous. And we wound up just packing it up and was like, screw it, we'll just play something else. Because a game that's meant to be played multiple times in a row should never have the chance to take an hour to play. If I'm going to play a game that's that long, I'm going to break out Blood Rage or Mission Red Planet or something, a heavier game, not a light little ha-ha-ha card game. I don't know, maybe that's us, maybe that was just really bad luck. That happened numerous occasions. We never finished either of them. We'd always, after the 30-minute time frame, we'd pack it up and go, okay, no, that's way too long. Other than that, the game is very fun and very enjoyable. So maybe that'll be fixed later. Maybe that was just bad luck. But, I don't know, that was just kind of how we felt. It just sometimes, or a lot of the time in our case, seems to go on way too long for it to be such a light-feeling game that you're supposed to play multiple times. But again, your mileage may vary. That's just the way we felt about it. One last thing is there's a couple cards, like this one here, that we removed from the game because it doesn't make any sense at all. Everybody around the table read it 2 and 3 times, couldn't figure out what the hell it was meaning. You're supposed to do this little thumb thing, and it makes it sound like you're supposed to go, one person goes this way, one person goes this way, one person goes this way. Then they do this, and you go all around the table until somebody screws it up. And we were reading it going, we're going to be here for like an hour because there's no way anybody's going to be able to screw that up. It's left, left, right, 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 left, right, over and over and over again, and we couldn't figure out what the hell this was supposed to be talking about. Like, how you, it says, first person to mess up draws 2 cards. There's no way anybody's going to mess that up. I mean, unless you're not paying attention or something. I don't know. So we removed this, and I think there was like 1 or 2 other ones that we removed that just, they didn't make any sense. And again, the game is enjoyable. It just kind of overstays its welcome. So that is Game of Trolls. Again, if you like what you saw here, check them out on Kickstarter. It'll be up there once the Kickstarter goes live. If you like my channel and would like to support me, I also have a Patreon, which will be up there as well and in the description, along with the Kickstarter link. And give me a like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys next time in the quarantine.